pimple for me. It really is. So let's see who wants to join me this morning. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump into things. If people join, then they join. If not, hopefully somebody sees this eventually. So oh, Hazy Star, thank you. I have been wanting, like, deeply, truly, like, desiring to come back to this channel. And I don't know what has told me to wait, to not, besides myself and overthinking. Just to put it out there at the moment, you guys, I could really use some prayers. I could use some encouragement. Again, just to put that out there. My mind is kind of scrambled, but I'm going to try to get through this because, as always, I know if I feel called to get on live or make a video, it's because I have something to say that I know somebody needs to hear that's going to help them. So I'm going to be completely open, honest, transparent with you guys. In the past 2 years at least, okay, hopefully we don't have to deal with all of that the whole time I'm doing this. Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a thumb just to hear me okay. I am also getting over a cold right now, so, I hope I'm getting over it. So, excuse me if, okay, cool. Excuse me if y'all can't hear me perfectly. My phone's not gonna want to cooperate. Okay. But over the past 2 years, I'm just gonna keep my hands here. My mental health has not, I won't say up to par, but my mental health has not been good. My faith has not been good. I have felt a complete, total decline of my joy, my passion, my sense of self, independence. Like, so much of what I thought that would only be, accelerated, or I would have so much more of it by now, is just, it's not there. And I want to let you guys know, if you are feeling the same, that one, it is okay. It's okay to feel like that. Are we good? Hold on, guys, because I really don't want to hold the phone. Okay. And just to kind of, like, really open up to you guys, I have become a lot more spiritual in my journey. I always say, my weight loss journey was just a small piece of a much bigger puzzle, which is my spiritual path, or my spiritual journey. And I'm at a point now where I understand my life is completely going in that direction of being a spiritual healer. I don't know if that's calling me to, be like a tarot reader, or work in Reiki, which is what I'm very interested in at this point. Numerology, astrology, that has been my, like, behind the scenes. When you don't hear from me, I'm probably in some books, on a chart, and just realizing and studying more about myself. So with that being said, I've come to, if you have a moment in your life that feels like a spiritual awakening, after you go through that moment, there's certain things you can't go back to. Certain things will be either, I won't say told to you, but you'll start to realize things about yourself that you can no longer hide from. You'll have to get very in touch with your shadow, and the very dark sides of you. Now, recently, in this past full moon, if you're not really into the moon phases, cycles, and just that, The full moon is brought to us every month to illuminate things that are in our lives that we need to let go of. If you think about it, the moon lights up the sky, right? When it's a full moon, completely lights up the sky. For some people, it's hard to sleep, or not feel restless, or even just feel calm. And for the past year alone, if not longer, every time the full moon comes, instinctively or intuitively, I feel that I've been told to let go of something that I continue to hold on to, right? And this past moon has brought up so much trauma from my childhood that I didn't even know was there, right? Which is a good thing, right? Because now I can go on to heal myself from all of this stuff I never unpacked. I didn't know I had. And it has shown up in my work. It's shown up in my relationships with other people. Again, from the past 2 years is when it's been very strong. And I didn't know where this side of me was coming from, right? I didn't know that it was trauma collected in my childhood that I didn't even know was trauma. So now that I'm in a space where I do realize this and I can start healing, it's like, where do I go from here besides to therapy? I totally get that. I'm on my way. But I'm making this video to share with other people, like, who may be going through this moment in their life, because I know for a fact, if I'm going through this, I'm not the only one, especially right now, from the conversations that I have with other people, from seeing people's posts on Twitter and just any social platform, especially Twitter and Facebook, because, you know, that's everybody's like waking thought, like, let me think something and just type it out, write it out and post it. You're seeing a lot of that unravel. Things that we have held down, especially like the late 20s age group, like my social age group, where, like, in order for us to move on to the next chapter of our lives, we're having to unpack this shit so that it's not getting in the way of the things that we have to build into our 30s and stuff like that. But I was gonna leave this for another video, like an actual video where I sat down with my camera and not just a live. But in 2014, I was diagnosed with bipolar depression. I got both terms separately, but I didn't really know what they meant. And even with, like, moving forward with the diagnosis, I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, you know, everybody say they bipolar, whatever. But I'm seeing how that has affected me, like, going from very highs to extreme lows. Seeing like peaks in my weight loss journey and then feeling completely unmotivated. And that's going to happen to anyone. That doesn't have a direct correlation with bipolar depression. But being very active during my weight loss journey has helped me so much mentally to kind of like regulate my feelings, my emotions, all of that. But after, I won't even say after COVID, because I'm not blaming COVID. I did catch COVID. And it's been very hard for me to work back up to my full, strongest potential, like in the gym and everything, since having it. But overall, I've just noticed a steep decline in my health. Man, it's fucking crazy. Whew. I'm taking on a lot right now. This is a 9-year for me, which I truly want to bring to my channel, because I'm very passionate about numerology. And in a 9-month, a 9-year, even a 9-day, the 9s are brought into our lives to help us close out chapters, it's closings, endings, completion. Those are like 3 huge themes of a 9. And this is a 9 year for me. My body, my soul, my spirit, everything is telling me that I have so much that I have to let go of to move forward into a 1 year next year. That's a brand new life, you guys. We live through these 9-year cycles quick to like just sum them all up. 1 is a new beginning. It's all about you. It's about building the new. It's about starting over. 2, it's about working with others to help continue to build your goals. Again, there's so much more goes into all these numbers, but just so you guys kind of get an idea of the timeline. 3 is a year of play. You don't have to be so serious. You are very creative in your 3 year. 4 years are about structure, bringing in responsibility, the everyday grind, right? What you build in your 4 year, you will reap in your 8. That's a karma, a year of karma. But going back to a 5 years are about change, freedom. If you build something in a 1 year, you go back and revise it in a 5 year to tweak or change or fix before moving to a 6 year. That tends to deal with responsibility in your family life, your work life, your health. It is the universal 6 year for everyone right now, everyone in the world. And that definitely includes a lot of like no longer working with band-aid fixes, right? If you know that you haven't taken your health seriously for years, maybe, this has to be the year that you put in place a long-term fix, okay? Or a long-term solution, not a short-term fix. Double numbers mean double, like angel numbers, like angel numbers, or I know you said double and that's 2. But to, and I'll get back to that in a second, but to continue, after a 6 year, you head into a 7 year, which is very much about isolation, seclusion, to yourself. You're very much more in touch with your spiritual side, whether you're a spiritual person or not. That's when you start to have those moments of like, who is the God, or what is the God that I believe in? Where am I drawing in my higher power? Where, because we all have to believe in something or someone, you know, we all believe in our own God, and that figures very strongly in a 7 year, along with like a lot of people become very depressed in a 7 year because certain things that we try to run from in all the other years, or you know, something that has been in our soul, and it may be like coming at us in little inklings, but when it's a 7 year, you can't ignore anything that your soul or your spirit is trying to tell you. It won't allow you to. Spiritual 7, that's how you can think of it, a 7 year being the spiritual year. And they are very, very hard for a lot of people. But there's also so much enlightenment that comes with that. Now, going back to an 8 year, it's all about karma. The things that you started in a 1 through your 7 year, if you did good, you can expect so much good to come to you in that year, especially if you worked hard in your 4th year on building, say, a business. You worked very hard on building a solid foundation. You will see all the fruit from your 4 year figure very strongly in your 8. And then again, back at the 9, we have completion. We have whatever we built through this whole cycle. We can now sit back and look at it like we have completed a cycle. We have built something beautiful. Now we can either end it or continue to rebuild it in a different way the following year. So I know that was kind of a lot and a little. I can go much in depth through all of those, but with this being my 9 year, I have been extremely resistant to change, to releasing. I'm a Capricorn. It's hard for me to release any fucking thing, but it's hurting. I.e. the stress. If you guys know, Is this like having a bump, because I never get acne, like unless it's my cycle, and that's not right now. Is this like an area of like getting acne when you're stressed, or is this like hormonal acne? I'm like very intrigued, because like I've been more stressed than I ever have in my life. It shows on me physically. I've been completely exhausted. I've been seeing yellow butterflies all month. And not to like completely veer off track, but I just saw one. And guys, they're flying so closely to me. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if one landed on my finger, my forehead. They are coming so close to me. I almost feel like I have to, you know, like move out the way. Like it startles me. But it's so beautiful, because that brings rebirth, that brings change, that brings so much that I know is eventually coming into my life. But it's been hard to hold on to faith lately, just to be completely honest. At the same time, man, I've been crying so much. I don't even want to cry right now. I just want to get this all out, man. I've wanted to be consistent on this channel so bad. But again, I've only wanted it. I didn't do it. And I felt like my mental health was not strong enough. I felt like in order to come back to this channel, you have to be healed. You have to be in a perfect space. You have to lose 20 more, 30 more pounds and be at your ultimate goal weight, whatever. And I'm not at that space. I have not been in a good place, to be honest. And I'm seeking out therapy at this point. I've been in therapy all throughout my life, but like it's never stuck. I've never stayed in the same place. Insurance has never covered it all the time. And eventually, like, I just go back to what I know, or back to myself. And that can obviously be very detrimental to our growth. Ooh, girl, you better shed that 120, but don't be too hard on yourself if you don't. I'm sorry, you guys, I wasn't even seeing all of these comments. What do double numbers mean? It depends. Hormonal, using benzoyl peroxide. Definitely gonna do that. I'm gonna try to put a lemon on it. A lemon and some baking soda. That might work. I have that at home. But not doubled numbers, it depends on which two numbers you're talking about. If you have one, for instance, I might be able to enlighten you. Literally everything you mentioned is what I was working on in those years. And that's very interesting. I think I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to not force myself, because I don't have to do anything, right? But I truly want to sit down and go over Saturn return in a in-depth video and what I've experienced. And I'm not even in the thick of my Saturn return. A lot of people who tune in with me or to my channel, they just know what this term means. But I'm definitely in that space of going through my Saturn return. And it's very hard. During that time, again, just like I don't want to make this too hard to understand if somebody doesn't have any idea of what this is. But basically during this time, it's around your 29th birthday, your first Saturn return. You have 3, maybe 4 if you're very lucky and you live to your 4th one, but typically we experience 2 or 3 in this lifetime. During your first Saturn return, you will be, it's almost like a strong reality check, especially for those of us who have not put emphasis on our future on responsibility, on our career, on meaningful relationships, all those type of things will come into question. Man, I'm just seeing like my face is so puffy from crying like all of the morning, and I'm trying to start journaling. I'll get back to what I was saying. I'm trying to start journaling in the morning and write out all my feelings, and a lot of emotion came out with me doing that this morning. But I also feel like this is almost like a diary, so maybe that's why so many of my thoughts come out so sporadically, because I feel like I am venting to you guys at a point. But I also believe that that's the way that I'm here to serve my purpose in life, to touch other people and let them know, like, you're not the only one going through this. You're not. And I haven't been speaking my truth. I haven't been using my platforms that I feel like God gave me to continue sharing light, because I've been so deeply in my own darkness. So with every little bit of like fight that I have left in my soul, I'm trying to pull that out so that I can be that light for people. Man, you guys, I'm all Capricorn, but I got a little bit of Cancer in me, and that little bit of Cancer is emotional as fuck. But I'm also recording this because I know I won't be in this place my entire life. And when I get to a better place, better mental space, better surroundings, environment, whatever, I will be able to look back at this and see, wow, the phenomenal growth that I've had is just extraordinary. But anyway, is Cancer Sugies? Breakup. Okay. Seeing 333, 222, or 1313, except. Okay, so triple numbers, even double numbers can be angel numbers. My mind is just working crazy because I still remember I got to go back and talk about Saturn. But angel numbers mean different things. Just for example, like 222, that means that you could have like a choice that needs to be made. You need to bring balance, temperance into your life, or that temperance, balance is on its way, or it's in your life. Typically people look at these angel numbers as being like a good thing. I don't see them as bad things either. Butterflies and birds all around. Yes, everywhere. I think I'm seeing sparrows, if that's what they're called, little brown birds. But them yellow butterflies, you guys, I feel like it shouldn't even be butterfly time around here where I'm at. It's starting to get cold. But 333 is like, you need to come to an equilibrium. You need to balance the, I know I use balance in like talking about twos, but an equilibrium, your health, your mental health, your physical health, your emotional, spiritual health, it needs to be like equally, that's equilibrium, right? Everything has like the same amount. I'm kind of like taking in a lot around me. It's kind of hard to explain that right now, but like I know these things like very well inside my soul, but like when having to like voice what they mean immediately it's a little hard for me. But Google can be your friend, but at the same time, you type in what does 333 mean, you're gonna get 40 different web pages that all say something different. So you kind of have to take some of these angel numbers in with your intuition. Like, what is it telling me specifically? I had an extreme breakdown, just again to be open and honest with you guys, this entire month. it started being very smooth. I was like, okay, we're gonna have a calm, we're gonna have some peace finally. For the first week, it was just like, it was so joyous, it was so warm. I didn't feel rushed, I didn't feel stressed. Immediately after, I started feeling so stressed. um I've been waking up to nightmares, or if I don't wake up from a nightmare, I when I'm in my first waking moment, I'm already immediately thinking of so many negative things. Like, wake up anxious, like the feeling of, oh my God, am I late? Like that type of being startled, like, did I miss the bus? Am I late for work? That feeling, and I have no reason to feel that way. But it's with a lot of different thoughts in my life. Like, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm not where I want to be. Just like extremely intrusive thoughts. And I haven't been able to regulate them. I haven't been able to sit myself down to meditate, I do put my phone down more than ever. But I still find myself in the middle of that angst and that anxiety and that stress. And it's really showing again on me physically. I'm feeling it more than I ever have. I've been sitting here at the YMCA for like the past 2 hours because I'm scared that when I go in and I start working out, I'm just going to ball all over the place. And I'm not talking about basketball. I'm just going to at least the tears might look like sweat, but then it starts to burn. If you've ever cried and went to the gym, at least for me, I've got very emotional, started crying, and then when I start sweating, my face starts burning from the tears. I'm so dramatic. Butterflies flying close by and birds flying alongside but in front of me. Crazy but so cool. Yes, that's definitely synchronicity. And if you're seeing that all of the time, obviously you're paying attention to it, but look that up, write that down, see what that means for you. Hey girl, I was just watching your vids like always, and I've started my weight loss journey. 21 pounds down, 179 to girl. Because of your vids, it's keeping me going. You are so welcome, and thank you. Thank you for that. I don't get a lot of that in my life anymore. I don't get I won't say the recognition, like I'm not fiending for recognition or like validation, but like I didn't realize how much I used to get it back when I was consistent with my videos and everything. Like, I felt like that should have pushed me to continue doing it. But we all have chapters and dark times and spaces in our lives. And I know that whatever I'm going through right now is going to be a testimony and hopefully a check, feel me, in the next chapter of my life. I've like gone deep into my cocoon so that once I come out of this space, I can like understand what everything that is happening right now meant. Right now I'm kind of going through it, and I can, like I am right now, tell you guys how I'm feeling, but I can't perfectly articulate why. I think I'm starting to realize what my triggers, what my Ken, are you watching this? I just got a text. Glamorous wallflower, thank you, baby. I think about you sometimes. I should hit you up more. And I'm not loved over on IG, at least IG Live. So I feel like more people who need me are on YouTube. I know my life is about to shift. Growth is coming. Growth is always happening, whether we believe it or not. And I'm so very self-critical. I'm so very self-critical that I can't even separate, like, Summer, you did a good job at this. Summer, you are not trying hard enough. Or I don't know. Mine is everywhere right now. So another reason, I have so many reasons apparently why I'm making this video, but I do want to get back on my channel. I want to put my pain or my focus into something that can help me grow, and can also help other people going through the same thing. And that's making videos again on my channel. So maybe doing like mental health check-ins, or I don't know. You guys, if you have any type of like ideas that could be helpful. I know that. Wow, I have so many texts coming in at this very moment, and if these people are not watching this video, I'm stunned. Like, because the text that I'm getting is just anyway. I know that I'm not alone again, and I hate feeling like such a weak person sometimes when it comes to my emotions. Like, this bitch always on here crying, or she's always upset, or nothing's ever going good. And I had a chapter in my life where I felt like nothing was ever going wrong, and I'll probably have another chapter like that. Man, I came to the Y actually to go into the steam room, possibly the sauna, but probably not, because I feel like I'll just burn my face. But try to get some of this congestion from this cold out, and decompress, try to sit in there and meditate for as much as I can. But I'm trying to if you guys have any questions, shoot. Shoot. I'm trying to like muster up the energy to get myself and everything inside. But yeah. This is me at the moment. Just like how you're hearing me scramble, ramble, all of this is what my mental probably looks like inside right now. Like, I'm a very organized person. I just tend to have a lot of stuff, like physical stuff in the material world. So it's like I can only be so organized because I have a lot of stuff. I need to probably get rid of some of it. But for the most part, I like to compartmentalize everything in my life, especially the physical things. I like to have a shelf or a drawer or a display for everything. And my mind right now feels like the complete opposite. I feel like everything, like a bookshelf was pushed over. There is like hella clothes on the corner on the floor. And I really want to go in there and do some cleanup. So hopefully meditating will help me a little bit with that. I've been wanting to like get dressed, do my hair, makeup, do a photo shoot, all that type of stuff lately, just to kind of feel like a passion that I used to have, or feel good about myself. And you're not one-dimensional, and we will all go through things. It's okay. Mental health check and stress relief techniques, self-care, and so on. I feel like self-love and self-care are two words that are very overused in this day and age. Like they've become more of a trend than an actual duty, or like a practice. And I truly believe in like not where am I from? Virginia. But self-care, I've seen very much so in the past couple years what lack of self-love and lack of self-care does to your mental, if not all of your entire life. And I won't say, you know, I've been the worst. I've got my hair, I've got my nails done, my feet done, I've worked out my body, I've certain things, but the things that people really neglect to take as self-care are like making regular checkups, going to the dentist, going to get your eyes checked, things that, you know, down the road, if you continue to neglect, you'll really see like a decline in. And also self-love, like setting boundaries with people, setting boundaries with yourself, saying no. It's all giving me ideas of some videos that I can make, because I do have a lot of knowledge or information. Seeing butterflies lately. And I live in, is that Connecticut? Thank you for sharing where you are. As I am everywhere with my mind, and it feels like a shift is happening. Why does it do that? Is that a Gemini? I'm like, at the moment, the emojis confuse me a little bit, but is that a Gemini? That's a Gemini, right? That makes sense if you said that your mind is scattered all the time. The ways my life has changed by putting actions behind words has been amazing. That's what's up. That's what's up. I have been very, very sad in my daily life for a while. Okay, cool. And it's been hard to pull myself out of this place, out of this space. I'm on antidepressants, to be transparent, and even them, I knew it was Gemini. I have a Gemini in my life, so I feel that. I don't have any Gemini in my chart, but it's been very hard for me to pull myself out of this space. And I know that, again, as I said, there's growth to come from this, and I appreciate you guys just sitting in with me while I kind of vent, because I don't have anyone on the outside or my external world or in my personal life really that I feel comfortable being open and vulnerable without like bias, I guess, or who can just listen. And I guess for the most part you guys have no choice but to either just listen or leave, or interject, but you know, like, it's just me talking to a screen. So it's almost like practice for me. Hey girl. It was making me very sad for a while to see, like, I think I'm one of those people who have a very control issues, for one, but I have this, I'm stuck on outcomes, and I'm realizing to kind of like ease up on that, because I'm seeing where that has got me up until this point. But I have been very attached to this. I'm gonna lose the weight, did that. I'm gonna have surgery, did that. The next year I'm gonna get insanely fit and have the body of my dreams, didn't do that, started to decline. I'm going to feel the best I ever have about myself and be the best YouTuber there is to YouTube. No, decline. And when life started going in the opposite direction of what I wanted it to, I started getting sad. I started getting bitter. I started getting resentful of myself, of people in my life. And really not taking my journey with grace, not understanding that maybe I'm gonna have to go on this detour to learn a couple of things to be able to come back and do it the right way. Maybe I didn't, go about my weight loss journey in the way that I should have, or that showed myself the most love or care. I was very mean to myself in my weight loss journey. And I didn't outright say, Summer, you're not good enough, you're not doing good enough, but I had the thought all the time, Summer, you're not doing enough, you're not, you can lose more weight, you can run faster, you can go harder. Not thinking that now at this phase of my life, my body feels very broken down. Not taking the time out to stretch, to take rest days. And now my body is really feeling that. And I still do my best to show up. Again, I'm at the gym right now. I'm not trying to become completely stagnant. I'm getting up out of the bed in the morning. But it's hard to do it with a purpose. I don't feel like I have that fuel, that fire that used to get me out of the bed in the morning. And although, we're not always going to have that like on fire, dying like motivation or inspiration, we kind of have to have a why that gets us up to make us want to do anything. And besides my son, I don't know what that's been. Maybe that has to be enough for me right now. And if so, I will accept that, because obviously I'm not going to let him fall. But at the same time, and this is going into a different conversation, but when I mentioned that I'm starting to understand my traumas from childhood, I was very neglected, at least emotionally, in my childhood. So I became the person that has to take care of themselves. I have to survive. And I did that for a while. But those mechanisms are not helping me at all in my adult life. And now that it's kind of like I have to unpack these things and kind of go through them and fold them and put them away or give them away, how do I do that? I'm at that space. So mental health is definitely very prevalent in my life right now. As I'm sure it is in a lot of people's lives. It probably is in yours as well. Would you ever try group therapy? Sometimes being around other people going through the same thing really helps us validate our feelings in a very healing way. Okay. I actually would do that. I would definitely do that, because again, like I just mentioned, my feelings or my emotions were kind of neglected, and I don't think it was purposeful. I give all of our parents, like, they did the best they could with what they had where they were at, and if they knew better, they would do better. I strongly believe that. They were dealing with their own bullshit, to an extent. They felt like they did what they could. I never feel like I have had bad parents. Nobody is perfect, but I want to genuinely heal this place, from this place that I'm in right now, so that I don't become that parent, to my son. But yeah. Whew, I saw 4444. Moon. So, you guys, I want to thank you for sitting up here with snotty faced me while I'm not in the best place in my life. I want to remind you that if you are going through something very hard right now, which it seems like a lot of us are, you can get through it. If you're still here, that means you still have a purpose. These are little things that I don't tell myself enough when I'm feeling at my lowest, but I can easily tell other people, so I'm going to start listening to my own advice. I zone out a lot, but I see another butterfly. So I'm going to try to take on the rest of the day with grace and compassion for myself, because I am trying. It's been very hard lately, but I am trying. And I know that my future has something very, very bright. And I'm excited because I know whatever career path I'm headed down spiritually, it's going to help a lot of people. And it's crazy how excited I am for that, because I don't even know what it is yet. I just know the gifts that I'm honing in on when I am in a clear headspace. Even in meditation, like the wisdom that I'm gathering is enough to like start something amazing, and I know I will. So you guys mark my words. Thank you for watching, listening, and I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your weekend. Think about me, or that's a little manipulative. Say a prayer for me if you can, and I will check in with you guys again soon. Pinky promise. That's not the broken pinky, so pinky promise. Bye, you guys.